There's been the issue of ratification of the mining lease, and there's been a lot of commentary on that. And it's been raised by several people. And if you allow me, I want to deal with that briefly. This has never been lost on us, as this is expressly provided for in the mining lease granted to Barari DV Limited. Specifically, Clause 1E of the lease states, and I quote, "The mining lease is subject to ratification by Parliament in accordance with Article 2681 of the Constitution and Section 5(4) of Act 703. And he continues, "Upon execution of this mining lease, the minister shall cause the mining lease to be laid in Parliament for ratification," end quote. By the very terms of the lease, therefore, ratification by Parliament is a condition precedent. And as the Supreme Court explained in the Eston Cubic case, an unratified mining lease confers no enforceable rights, and government has always been mindful of this decision. The mining lease in question will be laid before Parliament for ratification. That is non-negotiable. But before such agreements can be laid before Parliament, it must go through a number of processes, including securing Cabinet's approval. The processes are ongoing, and once completed, the agreement will be laid before Parliament for consideration and hopefully ratification. There have also been calls to grant mining leases through a tender process, and I want to deal with that as well. As we explained in our earlier press release, international best practice requires that where a company undertakes exploration and makes a commercial find for minerals, the company is entitled to a right of first refusal to the grant of a mining lease, subject to regulatory compliance. This international best practice is given legal backing by Section 39(2) of the Minerals and Mining Act 206, Act 703. Needless to point out that the use of the tender process is only feasible where there already exist geological statistics and the state is looking for partners to go straight into mining. If I may explain this, if the state spends its own hard money to conduct the exploration and makes a find, a commercial find, then if the state wants partners to go into mining, then you go through the tender processes. But where a private company comes in to invest and makes a commercial find, by law and by international best practices, the company has a legal right of first refusal. Regulation 2581 of the Minerals and Mining Licensing Regulations 2012 LI 2176, which deals with the grant of mineral rights by tender, gives these instances under which such process may be used, and they are: 1, where the Minerals Commission determines that there exists sufficient mineral information in respect of the area concerned; 2, where the Republic has carried out prior mineral exploration in respect of the area concerned; or 3, where an area becomes available through surrender, revocation, or termination, and 2 or more applications are recorded in the priority register within the 7 days of that area becoming vacant, end quote. In all these circumstances, the state will have enough geological data generated through its own exploration, or where a holder of a mineral right surrenders his interest, or the right is otherwise revoked or terminated. But there is enough statistics generated by a private company that has carried out exploration at great cost, then that entity is by virtue of Section 39(2) of Act 703 entitled to the grant of a mineral right subject to regulatory compliance, in which case the tender system cannot be legally tenable. Barari DV Limited got their first recognizance license as far back as August 2012.